Hello there, and this is Bukumi Ayo Ariyo. Well, I'm here once again, and I'm going to be talking to you about a topic I have titled Embrace Change. Yes, sometimes the very things that you think are there to pull you down, they're actually God's way of stretching you and telling you that you can do more. They're actually God's way of stretching you to tell you to use your faith, to tell you that look, there is more inside you. It's just like a rag. When you put a rag in water, after a while, when you bring this rag out, you find out that when you squeeze it, is that water that comes out of it. So sometimes these things that you think are there to pull you are just the pressure that you need to bring out that strength that you have on the inside of you. Now, when you talk about change, sometimes it might just be in a relationship, it might be with friends. Somehow, God might just make those people you love so dearly just leave you. They just walk out of your life, and then you think, oh, where am I going to start from? Oh, my friends, they've left me. No, at that time you discover that you have some kind of inner strength to move on. It might be a career, you might just be there for long, the fear of moving on. But no, if you just embrace change. You see, people are just standing up against you at work. They are there cooking up the politics and all that. And you think that the whole world is about to crumble on your shoulder. That is when you bring out that strength that is in you. That is when you understand that you are actually stronger than you think you are. It might be in a relationship. Somebody walks out of your life and you think, oh, that is the end of the world. Why not look at the bright side? Always embrace change with the right attitude. Do not embrace it with a negative attitude. Sometimes it's just God helping you to stretch yourself. Let me give you an example about maybe a loved one walking out or of your life, or walking out on you. For me, I lost my parents when I didn't think that. I mean, I wasn't ready for it. In my mind, I wasn't ready for it. But it happened. I lost my mom, and then while I was trying to settle in, my daddy followed. And hey, as the firstborn, what did I do? I discovered that I had strength in me. In fact, when I lost my dad, he just gave me a brain reset. I was just like, oh, no, now life has really, really happened. Girl, you have to move. If I tell you now I do it, absolutely I cannot tell you. But I just discovered that every day I live one day at a time, discovering the strength that I have in me, discovering my parental skill, discovering everything that I it can be a relationship. Sometimes you just look for many ladies, you just look and say, how do I cope if I leave this person? How do I start again? And you know that this relationship is not going anywhere. You know that this relationship will make you less than what God has called you to be. But you just stay there because of the fear of starting all over again, because of the fear of being single. If only you knew that you can actually change things and just walk away, and then things will be better. So you see, not all change is negative, okay, depending on the attitude with which you embrace this change. Sometimes people can just gang up against you at a place. They can just say, people you trust, people you love. But sometimes, like I told you, I'm a very God person. Sometimes it's God that has just used those people. You always look at it from the bright side. Don't always think the devil, the devil, the devil. Imagine God using those people to tell you, hey, move on. I told you the story of my last post of how I was treated somewhere with the people I thought I loved, the people I thought were my family, and then everybody ganged up again. Suddenly I didn't have a friend. Suddenly I look like the worst thing that has ever happened to the church. Suddenly I get into church and nobody wants to talk to me. Suddenly I get into church and everybody is just looking at me. People you called your own, people you who every day will send you text, oh sister this, you mean the world to us, oh sister this, you're blessed, oh sister this. Suddenly your presence was beginning to my presence was beginning to irritate them. I noticed, I looked around, and so sometimes I did why, sometimes I cried. And one day I just got myself up and said, see, my placenta wasn't put in this church. I don't have to be here. I've got to move on. There must be something for me. I've stayed here for too long. It's time to. I looked at it from a different angle. By myself, I talked to myself one day in my room. I just said, you know what? Bukumi, move on. There's something more for you. And I'm glad I did. Today I'm better off. And I always tell people that if I didn't move like that, I would not be like this. I know some sacrifices that I made. Okay? Some sacrifices that I know that today God is rewarding me for those sacrifices. I am better off. I'm in a bigger place. My horizon has changed. So you see, not all change is meant to bring. In fact, when it's meant to bring you, that the kind of strength with which you fight it will tell you that, hey, you're strong. Hey, you're mature. Hey, you can do this. So what I'll tell you today, the bottom line of what I'm telling you today is that Always look at change from the positive side. Do not always look at it from the negative side. That's where you get the best of it. And even if it was meant for evil, you can always work it out for your good. I'm a strong believer in all things work together for good to them that love God. So I tell myself all the time that, hey, Bukumi, all things can only work together for your good. So when it is clearly for my disadvantage, somehow it just turns out for my good. And if it doesn't change, hey, don't vacillate. There's always something bigger. If you look deeply, you find that you are better than how you were yesterday. So I'll tell you once again, always embrace change and make the best of it. Look at it from a positive side. I'll see you again. Bye bye.